Okay, so what we're looking at here is buried tech. It's still there. They turned it into like a little walk path, which you wouldn't have it. They want you to think this thing was used for a war, but it was not used for a war. This is most definitely a star fort. And so I'm going to get off the beaten path and do a walk around. And my associate might join me. But the war that happened in 1853, the great nuclear hydrogen war that was covered up and history was rewrote. I do not believe the star forts were used as star forts back in the day. But if you needed moats when people know how to swim across them, you don't have enough people really to defend yourself from hundreds of thousands of people. I'm not really sure how this place worked. Ew, that don't look good. Okay, so I want to show you the backside, try and show you some old tech. And yeah, just know you can transplant anything. But this is an interesting thing. Okay, you got your fort, that's your water supplies out here, really? You're gonna leave your water supply outside, and apparently the water supply still works. They got a chain on it. You wouldn't have, yeah, this is a, I bet you these are free energy centers. They're not really star forts. They're not forts at all. They served another purpose. Now they say this was a civil war. So you're telling me after 1787, I think, is when the U.S. was just being established, with 9 colonies becoming 13 colonies. And then you built these to fight the British with your cannons that we know they're not cannons. They might be wave motion. But I mean, look at this. You really think about demons and monsters. Okay, in a simulation, I'm having strong deja vu right now. I've dreamed this. I was here during, you saw that fish? I fell into this thing in my dream. Listen to your dreams, study your dreams. For now, we're gonna use the terminology star fort, and look how slim the windows are. So whatever they were battling, they were not human. They were golem. Now, all these people who remain in the world right now, if you're still here and you did not get deleted, then you're real. But let's talk about energy weapons. Forget the cannonballs. Okay, forget the modern day weaponry of big bullets inside cannons on US Navy ships. They have refixed some of it. Weird that the color would be new. So they're trying to make it look like cannonballs hit it, but this thing was not hit by cannonballs. And we have the quality of a video now for you to think of a laser. Okay, lasers. I mean, look, apparently brick holds back against microwave. But at some point, you adjust the frequency and the vibration, and you're going to start cutting through with a laser. So just consider these laser impacts. And you're like, well, how can you say they're laser impacts? And how could there have been a great nuclear hydrogen war from 1853 to 1854? Well, you decide when it happened. Logan's Run, motherfucker. That's a laser. Right there. Don't tell me it ain't. It's not cannonballs, that's a laser. Okay, plasma. I've posted videos on UGE Tube to understand how to make a plasma weapon. Okay, so this thing was shot with lasers, not aliens. And see, they had their own. These things, like that guy said, and we're gonna go look at this one over here. Let's see, what's my timeline? Yeah, 3 minutes, I'm doing good. So right there, you can see it, that's a laser. That's all it is. And that's why they're so thick, because they were preparing for a war they did not want, but sadly they could not prevent. And you see up there, if you put a real cannonball in it, the cannon splits. So whatever these things are, I think the Russian guy's right. He calls them, I forget, frequency weapons, or something like that. And it makes sense. We're gonna take a better look at it close up. Sometimes we have old pictures, okay? So here you go. What era is this? These are the supposedly Civil War. This is all bullshit. There was no Civil War. Directed energy weapons, yes. Magnetic, railgun, okay? Railgun will do that, not a cannon. So these things could be railguns. They have a copper coil inside them. You put a magnetic piece of metal inside it. Hope it don't sink into the quicksand, because I do not want to repeat that dream. And it's just too heavy. Look at the wheels. Look at the metal. This is not something you can carry around. Wow. See, this got hit by nuclear weapons. Look at all this. These ain't bullets. Bullets won't do this to metal. This thing was in a nuclear bomb. Okay, that is the remains. And even inside, you know, we didn't have the technology to make this weapon in 1800s before the Industrial Revolution. Whatever this was, and this may not belong to this part. Okay, this could be another, okay, World War I, we have no photographs. This could be a wheel for some weapon in World War I, because it may not have been propaganda. But everything else, Civil War, 1812, revolutionary, never happened. They found everything. This could have gone on a ship, so they just put it all together and they made them look like cannons. But this thing, look at it. What would do this to metal? This is not rust. Something did this. You say, well, they found it in the ocean. Really? They found it in the ocean. Could be. I guess coral could eat the metal. I'll let you make your own conclusions on this matter. But I wanted to give you a modern day, in living color, HD quality, and say, what would do this to metal? What kind of weapon would do that to metal? How did they make this in when did the Civil War start? I know it ended in 1865. Okay? What happened to this? What happened to this metal? What would do this? Remember, the mummies are not mummies. They were people burned alive by directed energy weapons. Maybe the aluminum foil, like it sparks in a microwave, like the Twin Towers fell. When metal gets hit, chunks fall off, because it is a process of metals put together. All right, there you go. Just thought you'd appreciate, yeah, this doesn't belong with this. They just put it together. There's no way you could use this functionally in a war. Horses could not carry this thing. It's not a cannon. It is something. Okay, I know, I do say that a lot. Just wanted to give you some good footage, so you can see it's not. I mean, come on, do you need this kind of chain on it? Really? Do you need that kind of chain? I mean, you're only making it heavier. Why would you make it heavier? Yeah, this is all slopped together. This is Antiquitech from the Tartarian War. And yeah, lasers. Look at that shit. That ain't cannonballs, man. That's rail guns and lasers. That's definitely a laser. Think of vibration and frequency. And they just put it up and say, it's, you know, this is what we say it is. They found everything. And see, they can even fix it. We can still make this stuff today. Everything they made back then, we can still make today. Don't think otherwise. All right, this is Johnny Exodice signing off. More videos to come.